Elon Musk is not feeling the love here in California. At least that's what he's claiming to a federal judge in San Francisco. His legal team is pleading to have a trial moved from the city by the Bay to western Texas, citing, quote, local negativity. He says that the court will not be able to find unbiased jurors here in San Francisco because of it. He and other Tesla board members are set to face a jury in a class action lawsuit stemming from this tweet in 2018 in which he said he might take Tesla private at $420 a share. Shareholders said that Musk knowingly manipulated the market with that tweet, and they are suing as a result. Joining us now is the Wall Street Journal reporter Tim Higgins. He is also a CNBC contributor, and he's author of Power Play, Tesla, Elon Musk, and the Bet of the Century. Tim, thank you so much for being here. I want to start first by reading a little bit of Elon Musk's legal team's complaint. In it, they really make a sort of an amazing argument. They say a substantial portion of the jury pool in this district is likely to hold a personal and material bias against Mr. Musk as a result of recent layoffs at one of his companies, as individual prospective jurors or their friends and relatives may have been personally impacted. So I'm thinking about this. Okay, I assume they are talking here about Twitter, which Elon Musk recently acquired, and then he fired a lot of people. I was doing the math in my head. I'm sitting here in San Francisco, right? There's fewer than 1 million people here in San Francisco. He fired a few thousand people. I don't know what the percentage is exactly, but I'm curious what you make of that argument.
Well, just a few blocks from the studio that you're in, just a few weeks ago when Dave Chappelle had an event for a stadium full of people, Elon Musk made an appearance and people booed him. Now, Musk disputed that it wasn't everybody booing him, but nevertheless, there were a lot of people unhappy with him there. And I've got to say, in San Francisco on Friday, getting my haircut, my barber just wanted to talk about Elon Musk and the drama at Twitter. This is the hot story, the hot topic in San Francisco at the moment. And lawyers are saying that Elon Musk's team seems to be making kind of a Hail Mary in an effort to get a new venue or perhaps delay further this trial.
I want to read you another thing that caught our eye. He's, I guess, in hot water again because of another tweet, this one out on New Year's Eve, in which someone else wrote, users with more than 10,000 miles on FSD beta, that's the steering, the self-driving mode in the Tesla, should be given the option to turn off the steering wheel nag, and he addressed that to Elon Musk. Elon Musk responds, agreed, update coming in January. As I understand it now, federal regulators are looking into this exchange. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, this is the driver assistance system that Tesla has in its vehicles. It's not a fully self-driving, fully automated system at all. The driver needs to be paying attention in case something occurs that the car can't handle. And what's going on here is the federal regulators are investigating these vehicles over a string of crashes over the years where these vehicles have been running into stopped emergency vehicles on highways. The question being, were these drivers paying attention when these cars crashed into fire trucks and ambulances and these sorts of things?
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.